Good morning. Here we are, Friday again, and the end of another week and the beginning of a new month, the 1st of October. Well, my prayer for you is that you will be richly blessed this month as God continues to speak to us through the book of Hebrews. We're looking at Hebrews chapter 5, and I would encourage you really to ignore the chapter division here between chapter 4 and chapter 5 of Hebrews, and read from verse 14 through to verse 10 of chapter 5 without a break, because the two are intrinsically linked. And my thought for today is on the thought that is carried through from 4:16 into 5:2, where it says, "Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. For every high priest chosen from among men is appointed to act on behalf of men in relation to God, to offer gifts and sacrifices for sins. He can deal gently with the ignorant and wayward, since he himself is beset with weakness." So he's saying here that we can approach God confidently because Jesus is at the right hand of God, having completed his work. But he's likening Jesus. The fact that we can get grace and help from Jesus is because he understands the human state, just like every high priest understood the weaknesses of the people who came to him and needed sacrifices offered on their behalf for grace to come to them from God. So the high priest was able to sympathize and deal gently with those who were struggling in their walk of faith with God, struggling in their lives and had done something they wish they hadn't done. He can deal gently with them. So just as you could confidently go to the priest and ask, and he would offer sacrifices on your behalf, we can confidently go to Jesus and go to the Father, because the access to the Father has been made open to us by Jesus. And it's very important. But he does make the point immediately after that the human high priest has to offer sacrifices to cover his own sin. But Jesus doesn't have to do that, because Jesus comes from a different order. And this is where we have to look at the Old Testament, and we'll look at that tomorrow. But the ordinary priest, the regular priest, was a direct descendant of Aaron and of the Levitical tribe. This was a rule. Nobody could be a priest if they were not a member of the Levitical tribe. But the point I'm trying to state with today is that our confidence in approaching God lies in the fact that Jesus became a man, that God became a man and understands completely and utterly what it's like to be tempted and how hard it is to resist the temptations of the devil. You've only got to look at the temptations in the wilderness of Jesus. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. To see that when he'd finished resisting the temptations of the devil, angels had to come and minister to him to help him through it. That's how hard it was for him. And when he was in the garden, the final temptation was to avoid the cross altogether. And one of the Gospels, I think it might be Luke, says that he sweated drops of blood. The agony, the fight going on between the human flesh of Jesus and the call of God on his life was extremely hard. Extremely hard. So Jesus knows how hard it is to resist temptation. And he understands completely our human condition. And so we can approach God the Father with complete and utter confidence. That confidence is a wonderful word. Being confident of your position in God. I think that's where I'm going to finish my thought for today. To think, just to meditate today on how amazing How amazingly wonderful it is that whatever the difficulties you face, whatever the temptations you face, Jesus knows all about it and understands it. And he sympathizes and he's there. That's why we've been given the Holy Spirit to strengthen us and help us through. So that's my thought for the day. Bye-bye for now. Have a good day. Be very blessed.